Okay, this next video is about the automation head. It will be the most complex part attempted so far, and special attention will need to be paid to the shape to get the fillets to work and to make the finished head look less blocky. Okay. So you can customize this a little if you wish. More teeth, less teeth, shapes, things like that. But we need to all start in the one place. So if we look at this section of the drawing, we've got to draw a block to start with 42 by 20. And through the origin, we've got a circle, the centers on it with a diameter of 15, and then two concentric circles here. The diameter 8 circle edge touches this line at the midpoint, which means it's 4 mm in, and from that center point there we have a diameter 3 circle. Let's start there. Okay, so we're still in our Dragon components. Add, create part studio. Right click, rename, Automotion, head, enter, and we're drawing this from the right plane. So sketch, select the right plane, click N, away we go. Rectangle, click, move, click. We said that needs to be 42, enter, and the next one is 20, enter. So it mostly fits in here, but to start with, definitely. Okay, let's make it bigger. Right, so circle, easy one from the origin, click, click, and we're making that one diameter 15. Enter. Okay, I'm going to come out here to the midpoint here, and I'm going to come back and make that 4 mm. Enter, escape, circle. This one, click, click, we're going to make that 8. Enter, and circle again, click, click, and we're going to make that one 3. Enter. M for trim, let's get rid of that construction line. And that's the first part of our drawing done. Okay, leave the sketch open. We're going to come back here, and we've got a radius of 16 here. We've got a radius here of 10 and a radius here of 12. And so you're going to use the 3-point arc tool from about 2 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Type in your radius of 10 and then do your tangents. Same method down here. Okay, we'll do the 10 one first. So from, what do we say, about 2 to 11. So 3-point arc tool from about 2 to about 11. And we want that to be 10. Enter. Whoa, that should not have moved. Control Z. Let's make sure nothing's selected. Escape. Okay. 3-point tool. Just going to zoom in here. From about 2. About 11. Enter. Interesting. I think this is a glitch. This happened earlier when I was working on a different part, and then when I closed it, came back in, it didn't do this. But I do believe I found a way to fix this. Let me see if it works. So I want to make the distance from, yeah, see, and it's moved it up off that horizontal line as well. I want to make the distance from here to here. No. Dimension from here to here is supposed to be 4. Okay. And the dimension from here to here is meant to be 0. Okay, so let's just put it back in place and kept that radius at 10. Hopefully you don't have to do that, but now you can see that you can move things back if it does move on you, but it shouldn't. So now I'm going to go into my tangent tool and make that line be the tangent to that one, and down this end of the line the tangent to that one. Okay, everything stayed in place, still radius of 10. Okay, let's have a look at the other curve. So this one's from about 5 o'clock to 7, 5 to 7, the radius of 12. About 5 to about 7, radius of 12, enter. Okay, let's do our tangent tool. Okay, nothing moved, see? Very strange. Same technique, two different methods, but we can fix them. Okay, so there's those two set curves, and there was one coming up this way at a radius of 16. So he comes across and he's just off to the left of that point there. So I'm just going to eyeball it. Three-point arc. I think he was from about there to about there. And he was a radius of 16. Oh, he comes right from there. I'll go back and fix that up. Okay. Ooh, he looks a little different. He just gets cut off shorter. That's okay. So I'm going to draw a straight line from here to where it intersects up there. So from about there to there. Okay, M on the keyboard. I'll just trim that off. Just going to check down here. Yeah, I've got him on the line. Okay, so those were the things that were set. That radius, that radius, that radius, and we just drew a straight line in here to cut him off. Okay, let's jump back to our instructions. The rest of this is freehand. Okay, so using the spline tool and using a straight line as well when you want. Okay, so you've got to think if you want to put some teeth in here, it'd be better if you had a straight line. Where the tongue is, you might want to have a straight line to work off there. You might want to have a straight line down here. Up to you. So I'm going to give this a go. And we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so jumping back into Onshape, I'm going to use Spline tool here. I'm going to start about here. Start to come down and curve. I already don't like it, but that's okay. I'm going to hit escape here. I'm going to get up a straight line tool and draw a straight line. Just going to zoom in a little. Just going to draw a little straight line just there, and escape, and I'm going to go back to my spline tool, pick up from there. I'm going to escape there and use a straight line. So I just want to have another tooth on the edge there maybe. Escape, and I'm going to jump back to my spline tool. Escape. Okay, and now I'm going to fix up my tangents here, hopefully. Whew, stressful. Tangent. This line to this circle looks pretty good. And tangent this line to this circle. Okay. Alright, not too bad. I'm no artist. Okay. Jumping back into here. Scrolling down. Scrolling. That's the next drawing. Okay, there's a bit to do here. So, just my gut instinct. We need to trim this line here, this one here, this one here. Then we'll have the main shape of the head, and we should be able to do a symmetric extrusion to a thickness of 10. Okay, so and then we're looking at creating a 1mm hole in the bottom of it. Okay, and that's the same as we did in a previous video where we have to offset the plane, draw the hole, extrude it up. Okay, we'll have a look at that later on. So let's do our trimming here, here, here. Then we'll do a extrusion. I'm going to do a symmetric one because then I can always come back to that center plane to do the tongue, the teeth, and any horns you wanted. You can always do that. Okay. So switching back. Here we go. M for trim. No idea why. Let's get rid of that one. Let's get rid of that one, all these outside ones as well while we're here. Just got it. That one. And I might get rid of this as well. Okay. And I'm going to do the extrusion now. Sorry if you can hear the background noise. Schools are not quiet places. That one, I'm just going to change to trimetric so I can see it happening at the same time. Okay, so that is not symmetric, that's off that back face there. So I'm going to change it to symmetric there. And a depth, we want 10mm, so that'll make it go 5mm each way. That's better. And tick. Okay, now you should be able to, and I'll do this very soon, if we selected sketch again, we should be able to pick, zoom, the right plane that actually cuts through the center of the head. Okay. We'll see how that goes. Okay, but that's the main part done. Shortly I'll show you how to draw that hole in the bottom. Okay, looking at the next part of this dragon head, we're just trying to draw this little hole that a connector rod goes into. Okay, it's set 15 millimeters back from this 3 diameter circle. It has a depth of 5 mil and its diameter, or the width that you can see here in this sectional view, is 1 millimeter. And I only know that because it's written up here in the instructions when creating the 1 millimeter hole. Okay, so we first need to create an offset plane from the top plane, and it needs to be 7.2 millimeters down. We finalize that. Now, this next set of instructions is a little long-winded because we have to work out where on that plane this point is without being able to see that hole. Now, I've done a little bit of maths and I'll just show you what you can do as a shortcut. So back in our drawing, we're going to select the plane tool, top plane, move this arrow in the downwards direction and make sure that is 7.2. Enter, tick, and we want to draw on that plane. So we're going to go to sketch, make sure you're selecting the lower one, not that one, and click N. Now this bit's tricky because I can't quite tell. I feel like the screen's around the wrong way, so I just rotate here. Okay, and I just want to have a look, see my dragon. Okay, so that's what I expected to see. So I want to be drawing here. That's the base of it. Cool. Now, see, we can't see that circle. We can't use a reference. It was saying that you can just show sketch 1. But I did some maths and it's just 2 mil back past the origin this way. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom in here, draw a line from here across to enter, escape, and I'm going to draw my circle, click, click, diameter 1, enter, M for trim. Just going to delete that line now, and I'm going to do a symmetrical extrusion. Okay, so extrude this, symmetrical, 10. Enter. Can't tell if anything happened. I'm just going to go to the trimetric view. Oh, and it's a removal. Better click that. Okay, so you can see it's gone up through here. And that should be right. Let's click tick and have a look. Okay. So there's the hole. And it hasn't gone through the top. Okay, so as simple as that. Let's have a look at the next instructions. Done, 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 done. The main fillet to round the edge was 1 millimeter, and the horns, due to their shape, were 0.5 millimeters. So what you can see here, this double line around the edge is actually just the edge of the fillet. So we can select the perimeter of the dragon just to where you want, because I haven't drawn in any teeth or anything, and put that fillet on that will work for you. Okay, so I'll switch back to trimetric, and I'm going to click on the fillet tool and just select each part of the curve that I want to do this on. Just want to be sure that I've got all of it. So making sure I've got no gaps. Looks okay to me, and I've got 1 millimeter there, that looks okay. Tick. Okay, and we can do the same on the other side. Oops. Not sure why that's turning red. Let's just escape. Fill it. What if I can just deselect that circle? We'll just do bit by bit. Zoom in. Okay, 1 millimeter, tick. No, it didn't quite work. What's happening here? Ah, I see. Should be working. Fill it. I have noticed that on shape can be a little glitchy. It's not wanting us to select this shape here. It's interesting. Let us do it on the other side. I'm just going to change this 0.5. Just hit close. Let's go back to trimetric. Just check it did do it on the whole shape. Yep. should be allowing us to do this as well. Maybe I'll start with that one. One millimeter, tick. No. So I'm going to try something. It should have saved automatically. Just going to close it and open it again. Because I can't see a reason why it would work for one face and not the other. Do we want to fill it? Don't want that one because I don't want that inner circle done. Not that it would really matter. Doing the same thing. Not wanting to do it. Very bizarre. It should do it. If it did it to one side, it should do it to the other because that was drawn symmetrically. I have one solution. Now I just need to jump back into, well, I just need this width, our original width of the head. So let me just jump back into our instructions. And it was 10. So I'm thinking if I extrude it back as a removal 5 and then I do a mirror, we'll see if that works. So I'm going to extrude this face here as a removal 5. Enter. Oops, silly me. As a removal 5. tick. Okay, well now you can see the depth of that hole. Now I'm going to do a mirror. Add entities to mirror. This mirror plane. Ooh. Should be the right. There we go. Right. Bizarre. That's worked. So now I've got that fillet the whole way around on both sides. Yeah, but the hole's still in the bottom. Very bizarre. And guys, you know what? It's probably going to work on yours without having to go through those problem-solving steps. So I'll just switch back to trimetric. There's the dragon head, remembering you can draw your own teeth in. Any spikes, any personalization is fine. Okay. And the next section we're going to look at is the automation wings.